Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Connections and Directions, our University of Michigan Civil and Environmental Engineering podcast. My name is Michelle Santillan, and I am the CEE Marketing Communications Specialist and host of this series. During our podcasts, we are featuring members of our CEE community and how their work reflects our mission of engineers in service to society. We will be highlighting our strategic directions and our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. CEE's 5 strategic directions are human habitat experience, shaping resource flows, adaptation, automation, and smart infrastructure finance. I'm here today with Justin Roloffs, a CEE engineering technician. Welcome, Justin, and thank you for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
How long have you worked at the University of Michigan and specifically in CEE?
Oh, let's see. I've worked in CEE for almost 3.5 years, and I worked for 1 year in the Department of Psychology before that. So that's my entire time here at U of M. Although many years ago I was a student here, so some more time there.
And what did you study here when you attended?
I studied naval architecture, marine engineering. I got my bachelor's degree in 2006 and then went and worked as a naval architect for, maybe 7 or 8 years, I think.
Okay, and what is your current role in the department?
I am one of the engineering technicians in the structures lab. So there are 3 of us. There's me, there's Ethan Kennedy, and there's Steve Donikowski. So I kind of specialize in construction and fabrication and welding, building things out of wood, metal, plastic. Ethan is an expert in electronics. He is also extremely good at computer programming, so he helps a lot of groups with data acquisition, data processing, setting up controllers and things like that. And Steve's a master machinist, so he can make custom parts that people would not be able to otherwise obtain. So between us, we can cover a lot of needs for professors, researchers, students.
Okay, and given the description of what you said, I know you said welding was one of the items that you do in a given day. How do those activities fit into the larger picture of what goes on in CEE on a day-to-day basis?
We really are there to support the physical testing aspect of civil engineering research. So when it comes to students, we help with laboratory, with the labs they do for their classes. So there are geotech labs where they do soil analysis. There are concrete labs. There are hydro labs. So we help with that. And then on the research side, which forms most of the work we do, we build prototype apparatus for professors, for grad students, and even sometimes for undergrads. We help with their projects as well to help them do their research because they want to do things that haven't been done before. You can't go to Home Depot and buy the things they need, so we can make that for them custom.
How do you see yourself participating in CEE's strategic directions?
So that on a day-to-day basis feels a little abstract to me. I'm not usually thinking about the strategic directions. That would be the research people would be doing in their different disciplines. But since I do provide assistance and support to all the different researchers who need physical test apparatus made, I guess in a certain sense, I participate in all of those different directions.
And how does CEE's mission of engineers in service to society resonate with you?
Well, I really like the sound of it. I suppose everyone wants to think that the work they're doing is somehow serving society. So I definitely do like to think that what's done in civil engineering is in service to society. You can do your job and not think it's serving any purpose, and that's pretty sad. But if you're paying the bills, you have to do it. But if you can go to work and pay your bills and also think that you're doing something that is in service to society, well, that's an additional motivator. It makes me feel good about what I'm doing. So yeah, I do like the sound of that. It does resonate with me, and I really hope that's what's going on.
And how do you see DEI incorporated in the department? Not necessarily specific to a single class or research area, but as a whole.
Within the context of what I do, I would say that our department feels quite cosmopolitan to me because we are on a daily basis working with professors, students, researchers from all around the world, China, Ethiopia. They're all coming through the department. They need things made, so we get to work with all of them. And it's a pleasure to do so because you get to learn a little bit about them and their country that they came from. So there's a lot of diversity in civil engineering, and I really appreciate that because it's just a nice feeling to get to meet all kinds of different people and learn a little bit about them.
And you mentioned that you had majored in naval architecture. I understand you have a hobby that might lend itself well to that particular theme. And could you talk a little bit about that?
To which theme?
To naval architecture and boats in particular.
Oh, well, I've been crazy about boats my whole life, so naval architecture was a pretty natural fit for me. But my hobby with boats, well, we just bought an old sailboat, so we're restoring that right now. In the past, I've built a couple of wooden boats, a motorboat, a rowboat, and the relevance, I guess, to civil engineering is it all the work I've done building those things, I've been able to bring a lot of that knowledge to bear in terms of making projects for people. Because if someone wants to build something that's an odd shape and they need to submerge it in water, I've been able to build things out of wood that can be submerged in water. I have a good understanding of what metals you can combine and not combine and have them rust or not rust and survive in the marine environment. I have an ever-growing catalog in my mind of all the products that are out there on the market for building boats and building things in general, which goes easily back and forth. The materials and products I know about from doing my projects, like I also do a lot of remodeling and stuff like that. I know about these products, so when someone says, can we build this thing that does this or that, and should we build it out of this? I can say, well, there's already a product that exists that's like this. I just happen to know about it because I've used it. There's already hardware that does that. I've used it before. So it's actually really valuable because it helps me help our customers go from napkin sketch to final product more easily because I know about a lot of these products. And it's not just me. The other technicians have this knowledge as well in their areas. So we can use that knowledge to help them quickly refine their design, where maybe in their mind they're not really sure what to use, so they're just indicating with generic on their design that it'll just be something generic. Well, we can specifically suggest a product because I know about things that are used in the marine environment. We know about all kinds of different products. And we can suggest those things to our customers and our researchers and help them out that way. So it's quite valuable to be able to take a hobby that I'm passionate about already and have spent a lot of money and time investing into, and then use that knowledge to help our customers in civil engineering. So it's definitely helped me a lot.
It sounds like a win-win situation then, really.
Yeah, I think so.
What do you find most enjoyable about your job?
About my job on a daily basis, I would say the variety. The projects are always new things. It's not production work where you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's always someone with a new idea they want to try out, and that variety is really great because you don't get bored. So you complete a project. You're satisfied with that, and then you get to go on to try something new. So you get to research new things, you get to try new products, you get to design something new. So I really enjoy the variety. Excuse me. But another thing I really enjoy about the job is working with the students. That's very enjoyable because they're young and they're enthusiastic and they are, the world is their oyster. So they haven't had time to get bored or cynical. They're still striving toward their goals. So it's really enjoyable to help them succeed and see their enthusiasm, and it rubs off. So that's another great aspect about it.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Nothing I can think of right now, but thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening to our podcast conversation. For more information about CEE at Michigan, please visit our website at cee.umich.edu. You can also reach our YouTube channel and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages from our website.